comments. Give me a little woo woo if you're ready to have a super awesome, high visibility gig rockin' week with Kristin Thompson. I am your fearless, nope, that's not true. I am your kooky leader for the week, and I have tons of hot content to be sharing with you each and every day, live right here on this page. If you are stumbling onto this, by the way, if you put the word gigs down below in the comments, we will invite you so that you get all of the reminders, you get to join the Facebook group, get the workbook, all of those extra goodies. But I want to welcome you. You are in the right place. If you are wanting to replace some of that income that you were probably getting offline through networking, through speaking to groups, through participating in a networking group, maybe you were going to host a workshop or speak at a big live event or workshop. These are great ways to grow your business, but obviously right now, we don't get to partake in those. They'll come back though. So we still want to be ready. In the meantime, I want to get you rocking your talk online. Amazing things can happen when we share our message online, and it actually expands your reach. You can go worldwide, international, baby. My client, Sherry Lee, just had that experience last week. She got 16 new clients rocking her talk online, and they were literally from all around the world, Canada, US, Africa, Australia, England. She was getting clients from everywhere. So it's a super fun opportunity. And there's definitely some important pieces that I want to share with you this week that will help you kind of blow up your visibility and your results a lot faster. And thank you, everybody saying hi. Hello, Joe Rob. Hello, Courtney, Aurora, Tara, Gina, Sue, and everybody else joining us. I have been working hard, steam coming off the laptop, getting ready for you all. So you have a workbook. It is in the group. So those of you who already registered, you have your welcome email. And the link was in there to the Facebook group so that you can print off your workbook. If you don't have it with you, you don't have to leave though. Just get a pen and paper. You'll be fine and dandy, but you're definitely going to want to be taking notes. This is not a very mature pen. The closest one I had handy. So you're definitely going to want to take notes. Super important. And of course, every time I go live, my dog Rocky likes to walk around. So we might have to get my hubby to get him out of here. Okay, we love him though. So if you are an experienced speaker, say yes. How about a Y in the chat? And an N if you are a newer speaker. I'm just kind of curious what level all of you are at. And while you're letting me know, I will share with you kind of what we're going to do, how this is going to work, and how you're going to rock out great results. So there is the Facebook group, and again, the workbook that you're going to want to download. There's some additional resources, and I'll share with you the one that goes with today's training. So if you're one of those people who likes to skip all the way ahead in the workbook, please don't do that, because there are specific resources in the back that kind of match with the lesson. So it's only going to really make sense and be the most powerful if you kind of are willing to let me guide you through this process. But I do have an extra goodie that'll support today's training. Thank you, everybody, letting me know. So a lot of experienced speakers, some newer, guess what? Totally fine either way. If you're new, you're going to get a jump start. You're just going to hit the ground running, which is awesome. If you are an experienced speaker, what I'm going to share with you and will do, especially with my high-level coaching clients, is help you fine-tune your results so that every single time you go out and speak, you're actually getting leads and clients coming towards you. The most frustrating thing for an experienced speaker, and maybe the scary thing that you think about if you're a new speaker, is we don't want to have that experience where we're pouring out all this time and energy, walking through the nerves, giving a rocking talk, and just getting compliments. And yet, this is actually the most common place where people get stuck, meaning you are doing a good job. Of course you are. And you're really knowledgeable in your area of expertise. So people enjoy your tips. But for some reason, that's where it stops. Good news alert. Woo, woo. By the way, if this is your first time here, I am a little zany. Don't let that scare you away. The training is tried and true. It'll absolutely give you great results. I just like to have a really good time while we're doing it. So I will be a little goofy. I do break into song. And hopefully you'll join me. Keep it super interactive. Thank you to everybody who's commenting. I can see those comments kind of popping by in my periphery, and it energizes me. So one of the important rules here at Speak, Serve, Go is grow. Hello, calm down. Speak, serve, grow. We do try to teach you to be a great audience member and a great interactive participant, because guess what? That's what we all want on the receiving end. So if you'll do that for me, I will be so gracious. If you have a friend who's great at what they do, by the way, please feel free to share this series with them. I would greatly appreciate the extra visibility. We always love to meet new rock stars and pull them into our orbit and get to help them. And it's also really fun when you get to go through this with a friend. There are some collaborative and pieces where you can do some really fun stuff with people you know, and also we'll get you meeting some new rock stars. That'll be later this week. Oh, cool. Gina's like, I'll play the drums for you. Yeah, nobody gets bored, but I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Let's just all admit that. But I love to have a good time. Life is short. Let's laugh. My goal is to laugh till I cry. If I can, every day. That would be like my dream. And I also love to learn, and I love to teach. So that's what we're going to do. I have a lot to share. So stop yammering, Kristin. Get into the good stuff. Okay. A couple things. Let me make sure I share everything I meant to share with you. Hold tight. You got your workbook. We'll talk about the bingo cards before we're up. So there's going to be an action step every single day to help you implement. The bingo card plays a role in that. And if you participate and try out each piece on your bingo card, I'll tell you more about that at the end. That'll be working out awesome because you'll be implementing. You won't just be learning up here and going, but we want to get you into action. And I want you getting gigs like this week. Because the truth is that there's that big dream that we all want as an entrepreneur, right? Like you're already great at what you do, but often what you need is more visibility, more people to know about you. And the other piece that I already touched on is the conversion piece. You might be a really good speaker already, really confident, sharing your message with people. It's okay if you're not there yet, but many of you are, but you're not getting as many clients as you would like. Again, super common. And then the third big challenge that we want to really take care of this week, besides visibility and converting, is knowing how to do this online or on stages when that reopens. This week, we're definitely going to focus online because that's what everybody needs right now. But no, always here at Speak, Serve, Grow, we're a big fan whenever possible of using both on and offline talks. And we'll talk about kinds of talks that you can give here in a moment. So some of the big problems that I've seen people asking about, questions coming in the last couple of weeks, are not really knowing where to start. Like, how do you know what the right topic is? How do you focus on it? Do you need to focus on one talk, or should you have 5 different talks? Lots of questions around that. A lot of you wondering where to find opportunities to speak and like, how can you get more visible? And then the last piece is around monetization. So everything that I've created in this series is to support you in really getting all of that in one super rockin' place. On today, we're going to talk about those foundational pieces. What should your talk be about? Why? And even if you're already an experienced speaker, it's good to relook at this to make sure it's supporting your business and your money making. So that's where we're starting today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about hooks and conversations, how to talk about your talk so that you get gigs. Yeah, who knew you had to learn how to talk about your talk? But you do. And it's really simple, but if you don't know how to do it, it's harder to get gigs. When you do know how to do it, which my clients all do, and guess what? You'll get gigs literally right out of the gate. This isn't something you need to practice for a year. It can happen this week. Woo! Who is ready to get a gig this week? Let me know. Say, I'm a gig getter. I'm a gig getter. Where are my hot, super rockin' action takers? I want to see you. You are the people that I love to work with. My implementers. You don't have to do it perfectly, but will you give it a shot? Let me know. Day 3, we're going to talk about your Rolodex, your rock star tribe, your community of other awesome colleagues, experts, friends, clients who you can collaborate with. We're going to expand your reach that way. That's on day 3. Hello, gig getters. I see you coming in. Thank you so much for all of your interaction, by the way. It lights me up. Day 4 is going to be about money making. Day 5, we're going to pull it all together. That's on Friday. You don't want to miss it because I want to pull it together into a system that you can use then to build your business. So every day of this series is going to build on the next. Don't miss it. But if you do, we are definitely, as long as the technology plays nice, we're recording these sessions. If you cannot absolutely make one live, we will tag you on the encore, and we're going to have watch parties every night to replay them. So don't worry, we've got you covered. And then Saturday, I'm going to bring a cup of coffee and just answer your questions. We'll have a good old powwow, and I'll kind of give you a little behind the scenes tour. That's the plan for the week. And I see that my gig getters are on with me. Thanks for being playful with me, by the way. It's so much more fun. So I'm going to be doing these like mini workshops. I'm going to try to keep them tight. We all know I'm a yammerer. So other than Friday's kind of mega session, I'm going to try to keep these to 30 minutes. Can I do it? Yes, I can. So let's dive in. All right. Again, if you have not registered, comment gigs below this, and we will in Messenger, you'll see a little series that'll get you all signed up. And if you're already in, welcome. Maybe I should stop that from crawling. That's going to be a little much, don't you think? For like all day? I think so. Let's dive into the learning. So 3 different types of talks. This is in your workbook if you're following along on day 1. If not, just grab a pen to paper. Don't get bogged down. Don't worry about it. 3 kinds of talks that you want to jot down. The first is a paid keynote. You've heard of those before. Paid keynote. Jot that in your notes. Number 2 is pay to play. Thank you. People who are saying thank you. Tallulah. What a great name Tallulah is. So 2 is pay to play. That means you pay to get in front of somebody's audience. The 3rd type of gig is a free talk. And we're going to mostly talk about free talks. But when we start talking about collaborating, we will talk about sort of paying, but more from a profit share, which is a better place to start. So again, keynote means someone just paid you. Here's $5,000. Come speak to my group. That's a great way to make money. The pay to play is you pay. It's almost like paying for advertising to speak to someone's audience. And this is more common at live events and big conferences. And I do not suggest you go into paying to speak until you've really been my client for a little bit. And even then, I ask all my clients, bring me the opportunity. Let's go through it and map out the ROI. And we only say yes, there's a very clear path to ROI. So we're not going to focus on paying to play, really. We are going to focus a lot on free gigs and how you can share in the revenue with some partners. That way it's not risky. You pay them if they help you make a lot of money. If you didn't, you don't owe them anything. So that's much safer. And especially in these times, you can feel more free to say yes to those opportunities. So those are the 3 types of gigs: keynotes, pay to play, and free. And again, we're going to mostly focus on free because everybody can do it. And they're the most profitable. I've made so much money speaking for free, and so have my clients, and so can you. So there are 4 reasons to rock your talk online. Number 1 is visibility. Put some eyeballs in the comments. You like those I like those eyes. What are those called? Those aren't GIFs. What are they? Emojis. Thank you, brain. So the first thing is visibility. And next to the word visibility, write authority. Because if we do the visibility piece correctly, if we don't, not so hot. But if we do it well, we will build our authority and our name in our industry. So important. And the really good news is, thank you. You guys are the best. I get like the best people. Thank you for putting those eyeballs. It just makes me happy. So what I want you to know is when I say if you do it well, I don't mean you have to give perfect talks, or you have to be a perfect person, or you have to look perfect, because you don't. You do need to know some basic things to do well, which we'll be covering over the course of this series, and I'll share lots of resources to help you. You just need to be good at what you do. You need to learn some basic skills, and then you have to have that spirit of service. So I don't ever want you to feel like you have to be perfect to share your message effectively and to gain authority. I'm a really good example. Like, look what I'm wearing. I mean, I'm a little kooky, but I am well respected as the Rock Your Talk gal. People know that I can absolutely close from the stage and do it online, but I do it with my own personality, and you can too. And it does never, ever, ever require you to be perfect. So the second reason to rock your talk online is to generate goodwill. So just like a couple of you were saying, thank you so much for doing this. Well, you're so welcome. And it generates goodwill, right? Like we're vibing each other right now. I'm going to give you lots of free training, and it feels good to me to give it, feels good to you to receive it. So you generate goodwill and build your community when you speak online. The third thing is leads. Hopefully you're writing this in your notes. We've got visibility plus authority. We've got goodwill. We've got leads. None of this matters, or it does matter, but we would be like spinning our wheels and burning ourselves out if this didn't translate into something that helps you build your business. So we definitely want to be capturing hot leads that are good potential clients, not just people who want free stuff and they like our free stuff collectors. That's not who we want to work with. We want to work with action takers and implementers. So good leads is number 3, and number 4 are happy paying clients. Woo, woo. So we got visibility, goodwill, leads, happy paying clients. This is the magic reason why it's worth it to do what I'm doing right now. So if you're a little nervous about speaking, you're a little nervous about going live or doing a video, that's okay. I'm not going to be spending a lot of time in the series telling my personal story or yammering on about myself, but I'll tell you this if you're new to my world. I am a nervous person. My little nickname as a kid growing up was Chicken Little, and I earned it. So I come off a lot of times like I'm really extroverted and super confident. And part of it is I've done a lot of these and a lot of speaking. Part of it is just bone structure, right? Like I just don't have a face that looks super fearful, but I'm always a little bit nervous. And in the beginning, I was very nervous, and that's okay. So nerves are not a reason to not do this, because we can help so many people when we share our message. And when you share your expertise with people, the reason why, and I posted this on my Facebook profile the other day, it really is because ideally you care about helping people more than you care about protecting your nerves, right? You kind of have a choice to make. Do I protect my nerves and make that the most important thing? Or am I willing to kind of put myself out there? And yeah, it might feel a little scary, but I could help somebody today. So if you are willing, say I'm willing in the comments. If you're willing to put other people ahead of your nerves, say I'm willing. Because I'm not asking you to not ever get nervous. I'm not asking you to not, get a little butterflies in the belly when you go live or you step on a stage. The question is, are you willing? Because that's all it takes, is that willingness. And that'll help you cross through that barrier. My dog. I know, my dog is so funny. He's old man, that one. Where is he? That one. That's Rocky in the background. He's real old. He's like a 90-year-old man. And as soon as I go live, he likes to just start wandering around. As soon as I'm done, he's in the corner sleeping. Lay down, Rocky. He'll calm down at some point. Yay! Look at my rock stars. Clarice, Rick, James, Ann, Belinda, Marie, Sue, Anna, David, JC, Katie, Gina, Harriet, beautiful. All my rock stars. The willingness is all it takes, my friends. So that is awesome. And by the way, it is awesome. Like, you're brave if you're willing to hit that live button or step on a stage or step to the front of the room. I will never take that away from you. I just want you to put your spirit of service first That will lead you through to the promised land. All right, Kristin, get back to making sense. Next, on your workbook, how many talks do you need to create? How many talks should you be giving during the year? Here's the magic formula. You're going to give one talk to many audiences. What? What did she say? Let me say it again. One talk to many audiences. That's the trick. Think about this. It's like so simple and so genius. Genius. When you go new talk, oh, a new talk. Oh, I did that talk once, new talk. What are you spending your time on? Content creation. We don't want you spending time in content creation all the time or you will make no moolah. Who wants to make moolah? Let me know in the comments. Give me some dollar signs. Moolah. We want you making moolah. And if you're constantly writing and rewriting, no moolah for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're just pouring all of your energy into writing a talk. Number two, you're never going to get good at that talk. Number three, I don't want you giving 900 talks to one audience. That will not grow your business. What's going to grow your business? We need new audiences, fresh communities who love you. Where's the camera? You. Why are these cameras so disorienting? It's like, which way am I pointing? Yeah. So one talk, many audiences. That's the money, baby. And it's so much easier. Now, I just went through, in the beginning of my business, my own, like a wrestling match with this idea. And I was like, I gave my talk. I made a bunch of money. I guess I got to come up with a new talk. And my coach at the time told me what I'm telling you. No, dingbat, just go give the talk. And I was like, what? She was like, why don't you go try it? And I was like, okay. And you know what happened? I made a bunch of money. And then I was like, now what do? Try that again. And it totally works. So I know I'm being silly, but I'm dead ass serious. One talk, many audiences, like sink it into your soul. It'll make you a lot more money this year. Just that one tip. So your talk should be focused in on what? What are you going to talk about? Let's give them something to talk about. Any Bonnie Raitt fans in the house? This is simple, but a lot of people get stuck on this step. And the reason why is you're kind of thinking about everything you do, and then you feel like you have to make your talk like this one little piece of what you do, and then it doesn't feel representative, and we like swing all over the place. So here's your ticket to this working out for you. Your talk is going to focus in on right in the center of it all. The thing you want to, oh, I'm just looking at the comments. Okay, yeah, Phyllis, I will come back to that question because that's a common question. Like, what? Why am I giving the same talk? We'll come back around to that. So we want to center your talk topic in the core of what you do. And the way to do that is to create your own signature system that represents the core of what you do. So mine is my Rock Your Talk system. Every client needs to go through that system in order to work with me. It's like literally the bedrock and foundation of everything we do here. Now I teach other things that are not in that course. Oh, you need a Facebook ad? Great. You need to build an opt-in page? Cool. It's not like I can't and will never talk about other topics. But the core of what I do, the core of what I wanted to be known for was Rock Your Talk. What do you want to be known for? And another way to think about this is it's the starting place or the front door to your business. So if your whole business was like your house and you wanted to welcome people in like through the front door, what is that entryway that leads them to everything else you do? It should be your signature system. So mine, of course, is Rock Your Talk. Another really famous signature system is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And it cracks me up that I now use this as an example in my talks because my father gave me that book when I was in my early 20s. And I was like, don't think I'm going to read that. Then he gave it to me again. And I was like, yeah, still not going to read that. My poor father, may he rest in peace now, gave me that book 3 times. Yes, 3 times before I read it. And then it changed my life. Here's the crazier thing. That signature system, the 7 habits or 7 steps or 7 pillars, right? That is a $1 billion empire spun off of that one system. So if you're at all having limited thoughts about, well, why would I create one, or what's the big deal, or it has nothing to do with making money, it absolutely does. You can build an empire on your core system. So that's really what I want you to focus in on today. And if you already have one, then your goal is to re-look at it with fresh eyes. I am revamping my Rock Your Talk program right now, adding in the online elements. Why? Well, when I looked at my system with fresh eyes and I looked at what's going on right now in the world, I'm like, there's all this stuff that I'm teaching in my coaching. I need to freshen up this content. So the steps are going to stay the same, but I'm adding in the online elements to really raise the value and make it super, super helpful to people right now. So it's always a good idea to re-look at your system from time to time and make sure it's up to snuff and that you still stand by all of the steps. So I do have something to help you. I'm just scanning the comments at the same time. Which book? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People was the book I was referencing. Okay. So we're going to look at the core of what you do. And the thing that you want to consider is what you are best at. Again, the core and the center of what you probably are already known for or want to be known for. And you want to figure out what are those steps that help people get from, I don't know what I'm doing, to like, boop, 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 all the way up over the mountain to the other side. And I'll kind of show you a couple of examples. And in the workbook, at the back of your workbook, don't go there now, but later, the very first resource under additional resources is a link to this page that let's see if I can show it to you real quick. And it has some resources to help you. Application window, Chrome tab. Yeah, okay. No, hold on, sorry. There we go. Okay, I am going to show you a couple of tools that I put together in addition to the workbook. This is like a little bit of bonus material. Let me make myself small. Nope, other way around. Okay. So can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. Okay, let me scroll down. There's a couple of things in here and I'll share with you how you can get this. It is in the workbook in the back under additional resources, but it looks like this. So you have this little mountain and your job is to figure out those key steps that get people up over this mountain to the other side. The mountain is that thing that you do that everybody really needs to learn if they're going to work with you. So here's an example. If I were mapping out my Rock Your Talk program and it's not branded yet, I'm just thinking of the steps, right? If I was in that state, this is what it would look like. We're going to teach you how to rock your talk online and off. The first thing that I always teach is brand personality. And we're going to talk a little bit about brand tomorrow, by the way, how it helps you stand out and be really magnetic. Then I help you create your signature system, which we're doing a bit of that today, right? We're literally on this step right now, doing a mini version of it. Then I help you take that system and put it into a talk. And then I help you know how to deliver it so it's interactive and high converting. And then I show you how to make money from it. Those are the big chunks, those big rocks that I know I need to give you if you're going to be successful. So you want to figure out what your big rocks are. Again, it's not your process. It's more like gifts that you give your client. The gift of standing out, the gift of your signature system, the gift of your talk, the gift of delivering it, the gift of making money from it. They are things that your clients want. They should sound yummy. Your client should get all excited when you talk about them. So you have this link to this page in your workbook, again, in the back under resources. You can look there when we're done. And so you have a blank version of this that you can look at. I'm also showing you how you can use Post-its to map out your steps. And then there's even a bonus like little spreadsheet if you really want to get crazy. But at a minimum, what I would love for you to do is Just get clear on your core topic and those key steps on that topic that everybody needs in order to be successful. Okay. Let me pull down the screen share. Boom. Okay. Hi, I'm back. So we got your talks. We got the topic needs to really be that front door. How do we pull people into your business? That core topic that people say yes to come work with you. That's what we really want to do. We talked about the value of your signature system and how, if you're not sure about it, think about the 7 habits of highly effective people. That's a $1 billion empire focused on one system. Now we want to know what yours is. And then we're going to use that system to draw people in, which means once you get the draft of like, here's my mountain that I help people climb, here's the big rocks I give them to help them get up and over, let it just come out however it sounds, first and foremost. Then we'll come up with that Rockin' title that will really draw people in. Yes, we will put the replay, Lewis, up. So don't worry if you have to skedaddle. We will have a watch party later today, and we will add this into the Facebook group so that you can watch it anytime or rewatch it anytime. So we've got you covered, my friend. No problemo. So how do you come up with a rockin' title that's going to draw people in? A good place that you can look, and I'll share more of these resources tomorrow. We're going to get into kind of naming mechanisms, really creating those hooks. And that's the branding piece. That's tomorrow. So I'll give you lots of good tips on titles, taglines, talk takeaways, all that cool copy that does get people magnetically excited to come towards you. So, I think that, okay, sorry. I was like, how am I commenting? But it's my assistant. Thank you. My lovely community manager. I was having a moment like, am I doing things that I don't know I'm doing? Okay. Your Rock and Talk title. The one thing I will say is don't get too bogged down about a snappy title today. Just get focused on the topic and the big rocks that get your clients up and over that mountain. We'll make the title snappy tomorrow, but here's my rule of thumb. I would rather your talk title be really clear than cute, or like a word like view, but view doesn't have anything to do with speaking. And if I used that as a word that was representative of the steps of my system, it would be confusing. So we don't want to get like too crazy creative or too esoteric. We don't need to use too fancy of words that a regular old person might not be able to understand. It would be better for your language to just be really straightforward. That said, tomorrow we will talk a little bit about branding and how do you find those like really snappy titles and hooks that will magnetize your talk. It is important. My Rock Your Talk brand opened doors for me. I mean, people would say like, that sounds really fun. Yeah, let me hear about it. So when you have that right hook, it will open doors and opportunities. So that's what we're going to cover in tomorrow's live. Let me make sure I've covered everything in the workbook. Okay. So the mountain exercise, that mountain exercise that I showed you is going to help you get clear on your signature system or the pathway to success for your clients. That's really what that system is, right? It's a pathway to success for your clients. Once you know your topic, you want to make sure you give it a Rock and Talk title that's going to attract people in. And again, we're going to get into that more tomorrow. So don't worry about getting it snazzy sounding. Just figure out the basic draft title today. And then there's kind of 3 final questions you're going to answer as we wrap up. Like after I'm done talking, you can meditate on them and come and just get really clear. Who I can easily hire me? No. Who can easily hire you? Who is your ideal client who can easily hire you and make the most of what you have to offer? It's a really important question that you want to ask yourself is not, how can I give this talk to anyone? But who are the people that if you spoke to them, they could most easily say yes to you and can make the most use of what you teach? Okay, it's really important to think about that so that we get you in front of the right audiences. The second question, we're in those last 3 questions in your workbook, by the way. So it's who can easily hire you and make the best use of you. 2 is, therefore, what is that core topic, again, that you're going to focus on? And then 3, the last question on day 1 is, where would your talk lead to? What is the product or program that people could step into? And you don't have to have it completely figured out, but I want you to start thinking about this, knowing that your talk ideally is going to lead people into a product or program on the same topic. And it should ideally be an entry-level product or program. I would recommend it be, hi, Bradley, thanks for joining us. We want that product or program to be about $1,000 or less. So start brainstorming today what that would be. You might already have a product or program. Great. If not, we can take that signature system that I was showing you earlier. Let me pull it back up onto the screen. If you don't have a product, by the way, this becomes your product. This mountain, all these steps, if you taught an hour on each step of your system, that's a course, right? Or if you taught in a full day, an hour on each pillar, each big rock that helps people get up over that mountain, that's a workshop, right? So the beauty of this is that once you create this system, it becomes the content of the thing you can sell and the content of your talk as well. We'll get into this a little more tomorrow. I don't want to overwhelm you. So today is about you understanding the opportunity in front of you, the kinds of talks you can give. And today and through this series, again, we're focusing on free talks, getting you wildly visible by giving one talk to many audiences. And your homework for today is to really zero in on what is your core topic and the steps that help people climb up over that mountain. That's all you need to do. So a couple things I wanted to make sure that I mentioned. Oh, the bingo card. Okay, hold a minute. I have something else I want to show you. We've got your bingo step, and there'll be an action step posted in the group after we're done. Okay, so if you went into the Facebook group, you saw under units, there is a link to this bingo card. And so if you don't have it, don't worry about it. You can grab it as soon as we wrap up. There's a link you can use to do an online version, or there's this printable version. It doesn't matter which you do. They're both really simple. The online version creates a unique card for you. So your little to-dos will be in a different place because it scrambles it every time. So if you're like, wait, you know, my step is in a different place on the bingo card, it's okay. If you use the online version, again, it's going to scramble the order, but all the steps are the same. So across the top, it says win, W-I-N. And today, what are we doing? N2. We are going to do N2 on your bingo card. On this card, that says schedule your weekly Facebook Live. So that is your bonus action step. Today is N2. Again, if you use the online bingo card, it's a different action step. That's okay. Just do your best to activate one a day. And again, those of you using the printable version, print this out. You're going to schedule a weekly Facebook Live that you're going to do on your own Facebook page. Once you decide the day and time you're going to do it, check off that box. There we go on your bingo card. N2. Bingo. Not yet. It's only one day. You can't get bingo on the first day. Okay, super fun. So the bingo is here just to help us stay into action and be booking those gigs. The trainings are going to give you the skills. I've got some templates I'm going to share with you, like this system template that you get today. And if you would rather that I just send you that system, the little guide that I was kind of breezing through, if you comment with the word system, if I did it right, it'll just pop it straight into Messenger. But it's also the very first resource at the end of your workbook under additional resources. So a couple things as we wrap up. Tomorrow we're talking about hooks and conversations. So how do you talk about your talk in a way that magnetizes it and gets people excited to have you out and speak and collaborate with you and all of that good stuff? You're not going to want to miss it. We will pick a new bingo spot on your bingo card to activate. We will host a watch party of this later. So if you just popped on right now and you missed it, you can either watch the replay or join us for the watch party later. And I would love for you to let me know in the comments, what was your one big aha from today? What was your aha? And a little incentive for those of you who do your action steps every day. And yours will be posted here in a short hot minute in the Facebook group. If you do your action steps every day, there will be prizes for Rockstar implementers. We always love to reward our action takers. So Jen and I are going to be paying attention in the Facebook group to who is implementing, and you'll see the post and you'll know how to let us know. And then we'll be keeping track. And those of you who are implementing through the week, there will be prizes. Yes. I can't wait to read what you loved, what your aha was. In the Facebook group, you'll have a place to ask questions. So join us in there. Join me back here tomorrow at noon. We're going to talk about how to talk about your talk. Hooks, magnetizing that message, stamping your brand on it. It's awesome. I've got mini scripts for you. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for all of your interaction, your great energy, for sharing this with your friends. I am super pumped to see you back here tomorrow. Remember, N2 on your bingo card is your action step, and I'll see you in the Facebook group in a little bit.